Hi there, it's the Racing Post Weekend Postcast with Bruce Millington, Paul Keeley, David Jennings and Paddy Powers, Frank Hickey. We're looking ahead to a decent card at Naas on Sunday where there's some Group 2s and there's a Group 2 and some Group 3s. We'll start with the Group 2. It's the Juddmonte Beresford Stakes. Won last year by the aforementioned Capri. See the Stars, St Nicholas Abbey and Alam Shah have all won in the past. And Aidan O'Brien is finally getting the hang of it. He's won this race 16 times, including the last 6. An incredible record. Will he win it a 17th time? David Jennings.
Oh, he will, yeah, he will. But, like, if there is a God up there, and you sound very doubtful, but if there is, if this warm device wins this, now we won't win, right? But I was down to interview Brendan Duke. It's in the paper on Sunday. And if you've, like, I know the Racing Post on a Sunday is always a brilliant. I know it's always great every day of the week, but there's so much reading in it on a Sunday. You've got RP Sunday, but I have an interview with Brendan Duke that's going in on Sunday, and
of course, let's just clear this up because it's Brendan Duke, who's the father of our very good friend on Postcasts, Brendan Duke, and they sound the same. They've got the same name, but whereas young Brendan backs winners and wins the hearts of fair maidens, Dad Brendan Senior is a racehorse trainer who's got this fantastic 2-year-old, doesn't he? Warm the voice.
Yeah, and like I went down to meet him, and it's just the most bizarre 2 hours I've ever had in my life. Like, he is just a fascinating character that is just really, he has great wit, and he's just great company. And it's amazing to see passion with somebody when you're talking. We're so used to talking, to Aidan O'Brien, Dermot Wells, Jim Bulger, all these people, and they're fantastic ambassadors for the sport. But when you meet somebody that has tears in their eyes talking about a horse and literally is shaking in fear thinking about this horse running, it's just brilliant. And if Warm the Voice could win, it would just be remarkable. He won't win, unfortunately, because it looks like Aidan has got a few really good horses in here. Saxon Warrior being the main one, obviously, with Ryan Moore riding him. He was very impressive first time out at the Curragh. There was a bit of cut in the ground that day. Won its maiden by 3 1/4 lengths. Donica rode him that day, which was obviously interesting. He wasn't the O'Brien first string because Christopher Robin was, who finished 7th. But it was hard not to be impressed by Saxon Warrior.
That turn of foot was really good, wasn't it, David?
Oh, it was visually, it was so impressive. I'm not sure if there was much substance to the race. I haven't gone through it with a fine-tooth comb, but visually it was very impressive. If Ryan is riding it, he's obviously a good bit better, or certainly better than the other two. He's better than Rizzian, and unfortunately Warm the Voice, for all that I'd love to see him winning. I think it's just going to be too much of a fairy tale for Warm the Voice to win. But do buy the paper on Sunday and read the Brendan Duke interview.
I look forward to seeing that, DJ. I'm sure that's an absolutely cracking read. Frank, so DJ saying Saxon Warrior will win. Do you agree? And what price will Saxon Warrior be, roughly?
Yeah, I think Ryan Moore is riding him. You couldn't but be impressed by him today in the car. He absolutely just put the race to bed so quickly. He was massively eye-catching. I think we quoted 20 or 25 for the Derby, and that wasn't ongoing. It's very difficult to see him being beat here. Now, the one thing I would say is, if you go back and watch the Leopardstown race, where Kew Gardens and Delano Roosevelt were second and third, they were never really put in the race properly. Let's just say that maybe Nelson got an easy time in front, and that was the race for him to win. That was his day. But the other two, particularly Kew Gardens, was massively eye-catching too. Now, the only worry would be the Curragh race that Saxon Warrior won. Well, not too many have run out of it since Mayor's Flag, who was second. He's been beaten twice since, so perhaps it wasn't the strongest race ever. But just for visual impression, Saxon Warrior was mighty that day. And the fact that Ryan Moore's chosen him over probably the two with the next best form.
Are we looking at 4 to 6 here, do you think?
I would think he could even possibly be shorter.
Okay, fair enough. Right then, chaps, Kills, do you want to get involved in the Irish Fair?
Well, I mean, if he's 4 or 6, I'll be laying him. Once raised maiden form and it's not working out that well, and he's got, he's probably got £10 to find on that. I mean, he might do. I thought both the top two are very interesting. Delano Roosevelt, neither of them got great rides last time. And, when you look at the history of this, not all of the O'Brien horses that he runs in this. I mean, this is, obviously See the Stars has won this race. Brilliant horse. But Capri is the only classic winner of Aidan O'Brien's 16 winners, other than Septimus, and I don't really count that because he won the Irish Ledger as a 5-year-old. So, is this the race he targets with his best horse? Everyone gets carried away with once race maiden winners. We touched on that earlier in the podcast. I'll be a layer.
Okay, Kills, do you fancy anything else at Nace?
Yeah, I can talk about one or two of them.
Well, go on then, do that now.
Did St. Nicholas Abbey not win the Guineas?
No.
DJ, I'm so glad you said that because I was so close to going, what about St Nicholas Abbey? And I thought, hang on a sec, I could be wrong
we got
here.
chinned, didn't it?
He was beaten by McPhee, yeah. He was even money foul.
Apologies. Sorry, Paul. I shouldn't have doubted you.
There you go. Mind you, in terms, he was a very, very good horse, wasn't he, St Nicholas Abbey? But anyway, yeah, just one I was interested in. The World Park Stakes 230. Althea absolutely bolted up at Doncaster last time, and afterwards Carl Burke said the problem with this filly is she's been in season virtually all season, and it's the first time since her debut since her second run that she hadn't been in season, and she absolutely hacked up. Now she's still got a fair bit to find with some of these, but he's sending them over there. He made the plan to send her over there. I think he was also toying with going to Ayr as well, but she really wants really soft ground as well, and it'll be the softest she's been on probably since she won a maiden, and I think she might go well at a price.
Okay, Frank, take us through your other Nace fancies, would you?
Yeah, in that Weld Park Stakes, there's a horse in here who ties in. Like Aidan O'Brien's got a couple of really good, or maybe 3 really good fillies in Magical, Happily and September, but there's one that kind of ties in with them who's not belonging to Aidan, and that's Mary Tudor of William McCreary. She was only just touched off by Magical on her debut in a maiden in Cork over a mile, and she ran in the debutant stakes in the Curragh, where she was third, 2.5 lengths behind Magical and Happily, and of course September was behind her. Now I think if Happily, or even if September was in this, she'd be a sharp price. Aidan sending Sizzling and Ballet Shoes, I don't think they're up to the level of the other 3 that he has. So this Mary Tudor might actually be a price that she shouldn't be.
I won't be, Frank, I'll be favoured.
You'd be surprised, yeah. You'd be hoping it would be favoured. I would be priced of favourite, but I'm not priced it, but I think she'll win.
Okay, is that it for you for Nace?
What else do I have? This is again my heart. The Brogy Man goes in that auction race, and I'm definitely I think this might even be weaker than the Curragh race. He ran a really good race that day. He was 4th, just touched off for 3rd. The winner looked quite useful. The second as well was well backed, so I think he can go well. He might be 5-1 maybe. Okay. Back him each way possibly. I think your lines probably have the fav in that, but yeah, I'd be hoping with everything that'll win. The
Brogy Man in the 330. Over to you then, David Jennings.
Yeah, the Brogy Man's got a cracking chance. I think they think now he thinks everything is better than it is, but he thinks the Brogy Man is certainly better than the 77 rated horse, and it ran really well at the Curragh. Things didn't go according to plan. The one I really like on the card, and it's probably the best race of the day, is the Renaissance Stakes Group 3, and the Group 1 winning Commonwealth Cup winner, Quiet Reflection, sneaks in there at the bottom for Carl Burke. But the one I like in the race is Downforce from Willie McCreary stable. Had a winner during the week at Fairyhouse. Horses are running well. Returned to action after a 3-month break at York last time in a listed race and was so unlucky. Now it is a bit of a hostage for fortune because it does tend to be held up. But the thing about Downforce is simply ground. It was good to soft that day at York. Its form on softer ground, now it's soft at Nace at the moment, its form on soft ground is pretty phenomenal really, to be honest. It won, I don't know if this has ever been done before, but it won a 6-furlong race at Cork on heavy ground, 6 furlongs by 12 lengths, and there was 11 runners in the race. So it wasn't a 2-horse race, 11 runners in the race, a listed race, won by 12 lengths. That's an unbelievable achievement, I think. I think Willie has campaigned Downforce really, really well, because it kind of didn't run during the height of summer, and he's brought him back to run in the autumn on ground that's going to be ideal. He's a really, really top-class sprinter, virgin on Group 1 status on that ground. While the rating suggests he's got plenty to find with Quiet Reflection, I think he'll beat Quiet Reflection. So Downforce for me in the 4 o'clock.
Kills, have you had a look at Plumpton and Utoxeter?
Yeah, I have, but I just want to add to that because there's a grand servant running in the Renaissance Stakes in Gordon Lord Byron who just keeps running ridiculously well given his age, and he loves soft ground, and I think he's been running well enough. What Dave said about Quiet Reflection is right. I mean, she's the best horse in the race, but if she wasn't ready to defend her Sprint Cup crown last week, then she can't be that ready now, can she, surely? Just a week later. So I'd say Gordon Lord Byron.
Okay, what have you got for us at Plumpton or Utoxeter?
Right, I've got to find the races now. Hang on. Utoxeter, there is a Class 3 handicap chase there, which is quite decent. It is the 340, and the one I like here is dropping in class, Midnight Shot. Hasn't really done much since winning those 3 novice chases in the spring, but they did run in a listed Class 1 race at Market Race and the Summer Plate, and then ran in a strong race at Southall last time where he lasted a bit longer, and he dropped to 134. He's got a best racing post rating to his name, or two of them, of 147. If he returns to that sort of form, he must go very, very close. Charlie Longson's horses routinely go well at this time of year as well, so that's the one for me there. And if we get Plumpton up, it's Flashman. I can't remember what time that is. Let's just get that up. Of Gary Moore's, it is running in the 420. Flashman, bit of a character, but he's got a £10 claimer on. He ran well last time at Fontwell last month. First run for 4 or 5 months. I think he'll go well. He won't be much of a price though.
Okay, you're going to go to Plumpton on Sunday, Kills?
No, Sean's going back to uni, so I've got to take him there.
All right, remind us which uni he goes to.
Oh yeah, he's going to Oxford.
Oxford, what do you reckon's that, lads? Isn't that amazing? Paul Keeley's son goes to Oxford University. Geneticists everywhere scratching their heads. So you're going to take him back to uni on Sunday. And what about Saturday, Kills?
Saturday, well, we're going out for a meal in the evening because it's Ollie's birthday on Sunday.
Oh, is it? Oh, it's Daisy's birthday today. My Daisy's birthday today.
Yeah, she's 16 Sunday, so we're going out in the evening then, and I'm doing the old live tipster again in the daytime, and hopefully I will do better than I did last week.
I'm sure you will. So, like I say, don't forget, it's the new live tipster service that we have on Race Day Live on the mobile and on the website. Keels just sits there spewing out tips and wisdom, and there's also an email address where you can email him and ask him any questions. How many questions did you get last week? Plenty?
I got 5 or 6. I mean, some of them were...
Oh, there you go. You'll definitely get yours read out then if you email him.
Some of them you can't really answer.
What, because they're rude? Or
yeah, rude, and you know what it's like, don't you?
I do indeed, better than anyone.
I actually got some hate mail forwarded to me this week, funny enough.
For me?
No, for me.
Oh, right.
In the office, and it came through, and some lunatic, he starts his letters off with, "Really, Keeley?"
That could be a new column, "Really, Keeley," where people question your tips. Okay. Well, good luck with that, Kills. DJ, what's your weekend plans?
I'm working in Navan tomorrow, and afterwards we have kind of a cup final. GAA, we're playing Walterstown in a final. Now it's not the championship, so it's only a kind of a secondary competition, but it'd still be nice to win. And that will be my Saturday and Sunday. I'm off actually, so I might do something with Aoife.
Okay, is that a floodlit game? That?
Yeah.
Is it? So you're good enough that you play in a proper stadium and all that, do you?
Bruce, I'm better than you think I am.
No.
I'm better than I look.
No.
I'm better than I look.
I'm well aware you're good. Have you ever bet in a game that's so high profile that people bet on it? Sorry, played in a game that's so high profile that people bet on it?
Oh, absolutely. We were in the final last year of our grade, so we're beaten in a replay. And the funny thing is, we were complete underdogs, but the best footballer in Meath is a guy called Graham Riley, and he was playing on the opposition team, and he got sent off after 30 seconds. So the other team there's 15 players on the team, and the other team only had 14, and he got sent off, and we still only drew, so it was devastating. But we would have been a price going into the match.
But so bookmakers actually do price up events that you're participating in, yeah?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
That's great, excellent. Frank, what's the weekend hold for you?
I'm out tonight. One of the lads in the office here, one of my own tennis colleagues, is turning 30, so we're going over his birthday.
Where are you going to go?
Somewhere in Stillorgan. I've never heard of it before, but probably hit town after. Then I will be in Heap tomorrow and back into work Sunday.
Lovely stuff. Excellent. Okay, thank you very much, chaps. So don't forget, if you enjoy the podcast, do please rate and subscribe us on iTunes. Maddie and the gang are back on Monday, and we are back next Friday. What are we looking ahead to? What's on following week? What's on next weekend? What is it now? The Arc.
Cambridgeshire.
The small matter of the Arc and the Cambridge. So do join us for that.
Check out Paddy Power's new and exclusive Cash Card Plus. Available to use online, at ATMs, or even down the local. Paddy Power, you beauty.